as a kid, there's nothing more exciting than the sound of the ice cream truck coming down the street. You have a few dollars in your hand, and if you were lucky, you have 20 varieties of ice cream to choose from. The frog with the gumball eyes, push-up pops, chocolate eclairs. Then there's the Neapolitan sandwich. Now, if you were really lucky, they had soft ice cream. Me, I get the vanilla ice cream cone with the chocolate sprinkles. The perfect balance of both flavors. Just like my horror movies. Sometimes a little serious, but a side of cheesy goodness is all I need. Welcome to another episode of the Popcorn Confessional during our 31 days of Halloween. And this is Dave from nERDbox, and I am accompanied by my wife Jenn, also from nERDbox. And on this episode, second to last, we are going to talk about the final girls. So fire up that Jiffy Pop and meet us in the booth.
A year after the death of her mother, Max and her friends are going to see a special screening of Camp Bloodbath, which starred her mother as a camp counselor. Tragedy strikes and fire engulfs the theater. Max passes out while trying to escape and wakes up in a campground. The same campground in Camp Bloodbath. In fact, Max and her friends have turned up in the film, reuniting her with her mother. Only they're in a slasher film and they must change the narrative before they all die too.
Yeah, so this was a hidden gem up until a year ago for us. Didn't even know it was out there. Never heard of it. Probably because the final girl term is so popular out there, so it probably just got lost in that mix. But this is a horror comedy. It's a slasher movie, sort of.
Yeah.
Tons of cheese in this movie.
Well, it's got Adam Devine, so...
Yes. I don't think you could actually pull this movie off without Adam Devine.
I don't think so either, because he is the cheesiest.
Yes, definitely. And, yeah, it's his typical Adam Devine role, and this is the perfect movie for him to be in it. Now, The opening, is with the mother and daughter, and then tragedy strikes, and then we fast forward to a year, and it's like, man, in the beginning, it's like, what the hell happened? Is it like the next day? Was she dreaming? They explain what's going on. It is the 1 year anniversary, and they're showing her mom's film, which was the slasher film. And then tragedy happens again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, is this day jinx for this poor girl? What the hell?
Yeah. This poor girl.
Yeah. Now, they pass out because there's a fire raging in the movie theater, and they wake up in the movie, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, it kind of feels like Groundhog's Day and Happy Death Day. And that's where I thought we were going, because they start doing some loops until they figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
And once they figure that out, then we're going into the true slasher part of this film.
Yeah.
Now, I think there's maybe some influence from Behind the Mask in this, because it was almost the same thing. Like, we're going through a documentary in that film, they figured out, and now they're trying to change the narrative, just like this film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, while this is like a cheesy slasher film, there are some very sad moments. It's really hard to watch, this poor girl going through the death of her mother. I will never, ever feel the same when I hear Betty Davis Eyes. I absolutely love that song, but when I hear it now, it reminds me of the tragic scene in this movie where her mother dies. It's in a car crash. I'm not giving anything away. It's the opening scene of the movie. The daughter is played by Thaisa Farmiga, who is Vera Farmiga's much younger sister, I think by about 17 years, but she is no less talented than Vera. They come from a very talented family, clearly. She did an amazing job in this movie. Her mother is played by Malin Ackerman, who has been in a lot of things I know her most notably from Couples Retreat.
She's got one of those faces like, I know her. I just don't know what from.
Yeah.
And then you go and look, it's like, oh, I've seen this, and this.
Yeah, and I think she's a natural blonde, which she's in this movie, but in Couples Retreat, she's a redhead, and so she kind of changes her hair a lot. So that really does throw you off sometimes, I think, when you see her. And then, of course, we mentioned Adam Devine, who is just the cheesy person in this, and it just fits him so well.
Yeah, for all of those that watch this film, there is no Adam Devine penis in this, so that's a plus. Right? We don't have to see him swinging that around completely buck naked.
Not butt naked. He's in a pair of tighty whities that are purple, and he does do some movements and always focuses on his penis. I get it. He's proud of his penis, but like the rest of us don't need to see it all the time. The other guy that is in this is Alexander Ludwig, and he's been in a lot of different things too. He actually was in This Is 40.
There are a cast of characters that are in the movie, don't know what the hell's going on. It's based in like the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a new group of kids that's based in current times and they understand what's going on. But they all have their internal conflicts, and we're going through the typical tropes of a horror film and how to survive a horror film. And since, Max's mom was in this, it's a reunion of sorts,
Mhm.
so she has to deal with those emotions
Yeah.
and try to ensure that she doesn't die in the film, because in the film that her mom was in, she dies. She's not
Mhm.
the survivor girl. So now she has to try to figure out a way for the survivor girl in the other film to sort of bite the dust so that her mom lives and they all escape happily ever after.
Yeah. One of those things, kind of like Final Destination, where you're trying to cheat death or rewrite it, and then Tony Todd comes in some scene to let you know that that's not going to happen.
Not in this movie. No,
Not in
Tony
this
Todd.
movie. There's no Tony Todd.
So this is a horror comedy. So if you like the Tragedy Girls, who had a dabs of comedy in there to get you along, you're going to like this. If you like Behind the Mask, you'll like this. If you like Scream, you're going to like this
Mhm.
because of the way the tropes and
Mhm.
those are thrown into the film. Very well done. If you like some of the cheesy 80s movies, I think you would really like this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much gore in this one at all.
No, not really. They don't. Even the parts where it should be gory, they don't show a whole lot. So,
Yeah.
I mean, really, I think kids could watch it, right? I mean, maybe not really young kids, but preteens.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, sleepaway camp, you like that, you'll enjoy this. Friday the 13th, you'll enjoy this. So those camp movies instantly brings you right into this. It's well done, dialogue's pretty good, and I didn't really think anything was too off. I think they mixed the dialogues between the two different decades pretty well together.
Yeah, I think it definitely made sense the way that they acted towards each other. I mean, the one girl, Nina Dobrev was in it, and she had an iPhone, and her case was actually like a fake cassette tape on her phone, and like the other girl tried to put it into a cassette player and couldn't figure out why it would play. So and she's like, well, that's a phone. And she's like, oh, that's funny. She's like, there's no wire on this,
I think she puts it in her mouth.
Yeah, she puts it in her mouth, pretending to talk. I don't know, but she was also really into sex, so I think that was probably meant to be something else. I think that it was like one of those phallic symbol things going on.
All right, so you know what to do. What is your rating? Drop it in to our comments here. What horror comedies did you watch this year? This year during Halloween. What did you watch? Did you hate this movie? Did you love this movie? Are you tired of seeing Adam Devine's dick? I know I am. I don't need to see it anymore. Good for you. Bravo. Now, put it away. It's just too much penis.
I agree. The last movie that we saw him in, I was like, again, he missed the scene, and I was like,
thank God.
Well, you're lucky because you just missed. I think you went to the bathroom. I said, you missed Adam Devine's dick. Shocker. He showed his dick again. Mm-hmm. Anyway, have you not seen this movie? Because, like we mentioned, this was one that we did not know even existed for the longest time. Mm-hmm. So maybe you're like us. Maybe you have not even heard of this movie. If you haven't, now you have. So go check it out.
Yes. And you know what to do next.
Like, subscribe.
Yes.
Turn on the notifications. And share.
Please share.
Yes.
And until tomorrow,
See ya.